Hello student, welcome back to my channel. So today we will discuss here about the next topic of chapter work, energy and power. Here the topic name is conservative force and non-conservative forces. Means that here we will discuss about the conservative force and non-conservative forces. Point clear? So when we write the definition of conservative force means that the nature of conservative force and non-conservative force basically depend on the work done. Is the work done depend on path traveled by the body or moving object or not? So when we write the definition here, conservative force, the force in which the work done by or against a moving work done by or against force on a moving object depends on their final and initial position and does not depends on their path. This is the major difference between the definition of conservative force and non-conservative forces. Point clear? So here once again you can see the forces or the force in which, or you can say in which the work done by or against the force, because work is done by the force on a moving object depends on their final and initial position and does not depend on their path. So such kind of force is called conservative force. Now after this definition we can see here, when we write about the conservative force, we have two position or two location A and B, and the object is moving from A to B by applying some force F. Under this definition the object has different paths. Suppose one path is this and second is this and first is this, first path, second path and third path. There are three paths to reach the object from point A to point B. When we talk here about the conservative nature, so that time in each condition the amount of work done will be same. Means that the object, means the path, different path does not depend on this definition. So here the conservative force, the work done, the force in which the work done by or against the body does not depend on their path. As we have three paths, 1, 2, 3, but the work done will be same because work depends on the initial and final position. I will explain it. So we have different example, like one example is gravitational force, means work done under gravitational force when we want to shift the object from a ground point to any certain height. That time we will see that in different path the work done will be same if the object is reaching in a certain height or equal or same height in both of the condition. So here we can say that the work done, as we know that the work done depend on their initial and final position, so work done will be fixed in this condition between 2 points. Between 2 points we can say. So if we write the example here about this, example is gravitational, work done by the gravitational force is conservative. So gravitational force is the example of conservative force. So here we can prove this statement in front of you. So see student, here suppose I want to shift an object from ground point A to a certain height h, we have one path is direct path by which we can shift it directly here from point A to B, in which the work done we will do against the gravity, because the direction of gravity is vertically in downward direction. And second condition is that we will carry the same object to the same height by this path, steer path. So height of this path h1, h2, h3 and h4, and the total height will be same h. So here we want to shift the object A to B, and here also we want to shift the object A to B, or if you want to write here basically A to B, the height of this A to B point is same. Point clear? So this is our same height, but the path is different. One is direct path and it is indirect path to reach the object from point A to point B. This derivation you have done in your class 9th, if you remember. So first case, in case of indirect path, as we know that amount of work done, work is equal to dot product of force and displacement, and you can write here Fs cos theta. Here I will replace S is equal to by H, and theta we know that as we are shifting the object from the ground to any point, suppose it is our A1, this one is our A2, this is our A3, this is our A4 point, or this one is our B point, and here it is suppose B1, it is suppose B2, it is suppose B3, and this is a B point. Clear, student? So if we draw the diagram like this, so when the object will shift from point A to A1, here we are lifting the object from point A to A1, that time the theta will be 0 degree. So the amount of work done W1 will be, if you are applying the force, which force you are applying? Suppose you are applying the force F1 here, that time you are applying the force F1 here to shift the object in vertical direction. So the force work done will be F into H1. Similarly, W2 is equal to from B1 to A2, F2 into H2. Angle is 0 degree. So cos 0 degree, you know that cos 0 degree is equals to 1. Similarly, W3 is equals to F3 into H3. Point clear, student? So here, if you remember the all points, you can see after this point from B3 to A4, it is supposed to be F4, H4. Now if we remember here, as we are calculating the force from A to B, so we will add the whole small amount of forces here. So after addition of this, we will get W2, W3 and W4, and finally you will see here you have different height, F1 plus this and this and this and this. You will add the all things, and before this you should remember one point. If we think about F1, F2, F3 and F4, the all forces are equal, because here we are lifting the object vertically upward direction, and these forces are equal to the mass into gravity, means weight of that object. So F1, F2, F3 all four are equal, it is equals to mg. So here we can take common during the addition of these four, we can take F1, F2, F3, which is equal to suppose F, here, and this F is equal to mg. So we can write here F as a common. So H1 plus H2 plus H3 H4, H1 plus H2 plus H3 plus H4, and the all fours, when small heights will add together, it will give us total height, which is equal to F into H. This is our work done. And here if we want to replace the value of F, which is equals to mg, so this is W is equal to mg H. Point clear? So from this relation we will observe the final work done, W is equal to mgh. Let's see, is this same or different in second case? So in second case, it is normally we know that W is equal to mg, or if you want to write here initially force into displacement, and angle is again same because we are lifting the object vertically. So in place of h I will write F into h. Point clear? And here we know that here this force is equal to the weight of the body which is vertically in downward direction. So this will be W is equal to mg into h. So here this work is numerically, we can say that mgh, and from this first equation, if you consider W is equals to mgh, here we can write this one. If you remember, suppose this forces are W, and in second case the force is denoted by W dash. If you remember the all first equation and second equation, we can say that in both of the cases W is equal to W dash, means here the work done to carry the object from point A to B by this path or this path will same. So we can say that this work done is a gravitational, due to the gravitational force. So this force is a conservative in nature because it does not depend on the path. Here we opt another path as compared to this. So final we will observe the both work done will be same. Hence it is a conservative in nature. And after that we can say when we lift the object from point A to B, this will store as the potential energy of that object, and it will spend off when the object will move from A to B. That time this work done store as the potential energy of the object, and when the object will move from B to A, this potential energy will spend in the same manner. So here when the object is shifting vertically upward direction, listen carefully, we can say when the object is moving from A to B, that time the work done will be negative because we are doing work against the gravity. So G will be negative, so work done will be negative, and when the object will be from B to A, we are doing work in the direction of gravity, so it will be positive. Hence we can say that finally WAB, as we know that numerically it is equal, but in directional form it will be difference. So here the sum of these two will be 0 in this condition. Point clear? Work done by A to B and work done by B to A, the algebraic sum of these two will be 0 because of this. So this is the expression about the conservative forces. Now here when we talk about the non-conservative forces, so for that pause the video and note down. Now after the discussion of conservative forces, here the next topic is non-conservative forces. The definition is reverse of conservative force, non-conservative forces. So non-conservative forces in nature are those forces in which work done by or against on a moving object does not depends on their path. Point clear? Depends on their path. This type of forces are called non-conservative forces. For example, we have example related to non-conservative forces, friction forces, or you can say frictional force or friction force, and second is viscous force. Friction force and viscous force. Friction force act between the surface of two solid objects, and viscous force act between the surface of two liquid or two fluids. We can say fluids means those which have tendency to flow, means gases and liquids. So viscous force and friction force are the example of non-conservative forces. Point clear? So in this condition, if we have again, we are taking two objects A and B, and we have different path to reach the object, means to carry the object. from A to B. So that time if the force is non-conservative, so here if suppose this is our, we can write this is our first path, and for that W1, this is our second path, for that work is W2, and this is our third path, for that the work done is W3. And in this condition, because path is different in all three situation and this force depend on the path, we don't know the path is smooth or frictional, or you can say rough, who is greater, who is smaller, and who is the medium path. So for that, if suppose W1 is the work done to carry the object from A to B by following the path A, C, B here in front of you, so W1 is that work, and W2 is the work to carry the object in this straight path according to the diagram from A to B suppose, and W3 is the work done which is along this curve from A to, let's suppose, D, ADB. And here when we see the definition, it depends on the path. This path is different, this path is different, supposed to be this path is different. That time the work done will be different in all three situations. So here W1 is not equal to W2 is not equal to W3. So when we think here about this work is different in each of the condition, so if we think about the net work done, if similarly we have different path, so net work done, if we are initially we are taking elementary pass, and for that the work done dW1, dW2, dW3, and when we calculate the total work done, so it will be dW if you want to write, and it is equals to F into dx suppose, or you can write F into ds also. So as we have given here, W1 is not equal to W2 is not equal to W3, it means that their algebraic sum will not equal to 0 in this non-conservative nature. Here it has some value about this point clear, because the path is different. If suppose the path is same, that kind you can say that FDS equal to 0, but here according to the definition it is different, so it will be not 0, equal to 0. Point clear? So given so the example is in front of you. Frictional force and viscous force are the example of non-frictional, non-conservative forces. So after that, when we talk here about one of the condition, suppose Wi is are the initial path, means initial work done, suppose, and if we are thinking about one condition, that suppose we are carrying the object from A to B, you consider here the surface is rough surface, so that time you need more work as compared to smoother surface. So here if suppose I consider here W1 is, or you can say Wi is the initial work done to carry the object from A to B, and on the same way, if suppose when you will carry the path from B to A, so that the path is closed path, but the path is same, so for this condition WF be the what, the force, or you can say Wi is the work to carry the object from A to B, and WF is the work to carry the object from B to A. And in this condition, if suppose the path is same, if the path is same, so for this condition we can say that if path is same, so we will do the same amount of work done against this friction force between their surface. So W1 is equals to Wi is equals to Wf. So we can say that here in this time Wi minus Wf is equal to 0. But if suppose the path is different here, as we are talking about the non-conservative forces, so that time this force Wi is not equal to Wf, means initial work done is not equal to final work done. So when we difference these two, we will get Wi minus Wf is not equal to 0. Point clear? So it means that the difference of work from point A to B and point B to A, when we carry the object, if the path is different, means that here in the same manner, when we carry the two path for this situation, suppose this, when we carry the object from A to B by this path and by this path, so that time suppose here, that time suppose I am taking this way, W1, Wi is the path to from A to B, and W2 is W2, or you can say Wf is the work done to reach the object or to carry the object from B to A, but path is different. So that situation give us this formula. And if the path is same, this which is in front of you, that situation give us this formula. Point clear? So this is the behavior of conservative and non-conservative forces. And after that we have one point where this energy will go in the case of conservative or non-conservative forces, because in case of conservative forces the work done will remain same, so there is conservation of energy. But here when we talk about this difference which is not equal to 0, it has some value. So this is the energy which is used in the form of heat energy, light energy, etc. in under the non-conservative force. Point clear? So here, if suppose we are taking light energy, this difference we are taking equal to the light energy and heat energy and another form of energy, that time we can say that the both conservative as well as the non-conservative forces are follow or obey the conservation of energy, because in previous condition Wi minus Wf is equal to 0 means Wi is equal to Wf. It already obeys the conservation of energy, but here when we write Wi in this situation, non-conservative condition, Wi minus Wf is not equal to 0, it means that Wi is not equals to Wf. So it means this 0 means some value we have. This value is the value of energy. It is different form of energy according to the situation. So if we add this energy along with this formula, so we can say that here if we add this energy in this, as we know that Wi is not equal to Wf, but when we add this energy, suppose here I am writing here energy, I don't know which kind of energy is here, it is kinetic energy, it is heat energy, it is light energy, or any other form of energy here. So this relation will be equal. So if we account the energy which is in that condition, so that time this non-conservative force will also obey the conservation of energy as conservative force. Point clear? So this is the topic, conservative force and non-conservative force. For you, read this topic, learn this topic and try to understand this topic. Okay, so we will start the next topic in next video. Thank you very much.